Greetings everyone, welcome to the channel. We are the Lion Gaming crew, and in this Diablo 3 video, we're going to be showing you guys the top things you can do for end game farming. If you guys are tired of running greater rifts, and you're looking for a little bit of a change of pace, then this video is for you. We have here a couple of things that you guys can do at the end game to maximize your magic finding, to maximize your chances at getting legendaries, and just change the pace. So if that sounds interesting, make sure you stay all the way till the end so you don't miss a single drop of information. And if you guys are new here and you do end up liking the content style of these videos, then maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button, as we're so close to 1,000 subs and I'd love to have you in the community. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right on to this video. So the first place we're going to go to is in Old Tristram Road, and you can get there by coming over here and taking this to New Tristram, and then I will show you guys the path once we take the portal here. So we're going to take the portal for Old Tristram Road. You're going to spawn in right down there at the gate, and you're going to work your way up and through the field, cross the bridge, and then hook a right. You'll know you're pretty close because there'll always be this little dungeon right here. And yeah, you just walk right around there, and to get this to work, you are going to need the Infernal Staff of Hurting. To get the plan for this, you can get it from Squirt in Act 2. You are going to need 3 legendary items, the Gibbering Gin Stone, and some other ones. They are all found in the base game, though, and yeah. So if you want to get the Infernal Staff of Hurting, the best thing about this is you can either get the normal Staff of Hurting, the Hellish Staff of Hurting, or the Infernal Staff of Hurting. And that just depends on the game level that you're playing on. So if you want the Infernal one, you are going to need to play on at least Torment 10 or above. And I would recommend playing on the highest Torment level. That's just going to that you can do quickly, because clear speed does matter. And if you want to find the most items, play on a Torment level that suits you, but don't push yourself too hard. So yeah, like I said, the Infernal Staff of Hurting is the one we're going to be using right here. Like I said, though, it can be any of them, and all we're going to do is we're going to talk to the ghost of the Cow King, and this is going to open up the first quote-unquote secret area called Whirmshyshire. So we're going to go ahead and head there right now. The best place about this is you can get a lot of gold, you can get a lot of gems, and all of the other good items, because they have a bunch of these little clouds that you can hit that will give you, a lot of gems, a lot of items and stuff like that. Plus, there's like literally presents sprinkled all around. There's pots of gold to give you massive gold. And yeah, it's a pretty good place to go and farm if you need some gems to put in the cube, There's presents right there, like I said, that can drop items and stuff like that. But yeah, these happy clouds are great because of the fact that they have a small chance to drop a bunch of gems. And that can be good because, you can combine them to get those flawless royal gems right there. Got our first legendary drop just a second ago. Make sure you do hit all of the clickables in this entire area, though, because like I said, there's a lot of good items that can be found here. And the best part about coming here is you do have a chance to get the Spectrum, Transmog, and also the Heraldric Hamburger, which can both be found in this location. You can get here without using the Staff of Hurting by doing greater rifts. You'll have a small chance at getting teleported here as one of the random map spawns, but it's probably best just to get yourself the Staff of Hurting, and then you can come here as many times as you want, because the best thing about Whirmshyshire, besides the fact you can get a bunch of legendary items, a bunch of gems, and it's pretty easy, and the mobs here, aren't bad. They're not gonna like test your difficulty in any way, shape, or form. They're pretty easy. But yeah, the best part about it is once you get the Staff of Hurting and you end up making it, it doesn't get consumed upon use, unlike some of the other areas we're going to head to in this video. So that means you can just quit game after you get done clearing the map, and you can come here over and over and over again as many times as you would like, because it does not get consumed upon use, which is pretty cool. So now that we're done here in Whirmshyshire, we're going to go to the next area, or the next place, on my little list that I have cooked up for you guys. So that was the Whirmshyshire using the Infernal Staff of Hurting. The next place we're going to go is the Ancient's Vault. Now, to get this to work, you are going to need a puzzle ring. It doesn't have to be it can be primal, it can't be primal, but it can be ancient or normal. But what you're going to want to look for is one that has the 16. So every puzzle ring will drop with a number between, I believe, 8 and 16. And that number that drops on the puzzle ring, which is random every single time, you want to look for the maximum number of the items that the goblin picks up before it turns into legendary. If you get one that has 16 items before turning into legendary, that's actually the best, because that's how many goblins are going to spawn when you go into the Ancient's Vault, which is pretty cool, because the more goblins means the more materials you can find, more items, you know, more gems, all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and head there right now. Like I said, you know, put your puzzle ring in the cube, and then you can come here. This place is great for farming items. I mean, we literally got like 6 or 7 legendaries right there. Really great for getting a bunch of materials. So if you're hurting for materials like death breaths, veiled crystals, and even blood shards, you can get those all here, which is really fantastic. But you do want to make sure after you go through here and you clear out everything, before you open the door to the inner sanctum, you want to go back and grab all of the items that dropped, because once you go into this mini boss fight here in the inner sanctum, it will close in 60 seconds after you defeat the boss. So you definitely want to make sure you grab all the items you want before taking on Geed, the Goblin Queen. And after you fight the Goblin Queen right here, basically it will spawn in a chest. It'll stun you for a couple seconds while this animation plays out. And then as soon as you press X on this chest right here, you got 60 seconds to pick up all the other items, and then it will close. And yeah, you'll lose all the items that you don't pick up, so you want to definitely make sure you grab everything you need before the vault closes. And how you guys can farm for puzzle rings is they're pretty easy to drop. You can find them anywhere in the game. There's not really a specific area where you can find the most of them. I would say just do normal Nephilim rifts, and you can find them pretty easy. The next place we're going to go is the secret cow level, and how you want to get this one to work is you're going to need a bovine bardache, and you can put it in the cube. It'll have a bunch of triangles like here with the petrified scream. It cannot be primal. You are going to want to look for either an ancient one or a regular one. For the cow level, it doesn't matter if it's ancient or regular, both will do the job just fine. It's not going to give you any better results if you use an ancient versus a normal bovine bardache. So yeah, we're going to go into the secret cow level now, which is actually called not the cow level, but anyone who's played Diablo 2 will know that this is indeed the cow level. It's pretty much a faithful remaster from the original Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Resurrected. Farm for cows, it's pretty awesome. It's always been an iconic thing in Diablo, is farming for cows. I did it a lot in Diablo 2, and I've been doing it a lot in Diablo Resurrected as well. It's just so much fun. I mean, only in Diablo can you get to an area where you literally fight cows. But the best part about the cow level is it has a bunch of these resplendent chests, which has a low chance to drop legendary items. But even the normal chests are always good. This place is really good for finding a lot of mats as well, like veiled crystals and death's breaths. So if you're looking for any of those items, then definitely check this place out. Don't sleep on it. It is a really good place. And there's one more good tip I have for you guys about the secret cow level, is it usually spawns in with a bunch of these shrines and pylons and stuff like that. And that's actually really helpful, because this map will always roll with at least one of these pool of reflections. Now the pool of reflections is great, because if you're pushing for levels and you're in like a 3-man or a 4-man party, then you definitely want to hit that and then go into a greater rift before the thing expires, which is a really good way to level up quickly. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So that is the secret cow level. And after you get done clearing the map, you can go over here and talk to the ghost of the Cow King. And this is where you can fight a bunch of cows to get even more chests, so you get even more drops. Yeah, it's a really good location though. Lots of items, lots of materials, lots of chances at getting good stuff. And you get gold, you get experience, and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. And we got a bunch of legendaries and then one set piece right there. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty decent place. Good for, you know, like I said, pretty much everything. So that is the secret cow level. And the next area we're going to go to is the Uber boss fights. Now the Uber boss fights, you're going to need some of these infernal machines. And how you guys make these is if you go to every single map and you press the bosses right here, you'll find the key warden. So let's see if we can find the key warden here. It's usually let's go to Act 2 here. See, man, I can't find this freaking Okay, yeah. So there is the key, the little key icon. So we'll go to the Dalgar Oasis, and I'll show you guys where you can get these keys to open up the Ubers. Because yeah, it's pretty easy. There is like about a 10 to 13% chance every single time you kill one of these key wardens for them to drop the key that you're gonna need. So we did get 2 right there. So I guess maybe the drop chances are higher, but it does depend on your torment level though. So yeah, and every single act has one of these. So just look for that. They're pretty easy to come by, especially playing on the highest torment difficulty is going to be the best if you really want to farm them up, because doing these Ubers, you probably want a couple, because yeah, they do go by pretty quick. So yeah, each one of these is going to be the bosses from the main game. We'll start with the Realm of Putridness, which I believe is the Vile Desecrator. There's 2 of them there. And getting these, after you kill these Uber bosses, the best part about it is you do get legendary items, but you also get this Vial of Putridness here, which basically is a way where you can make the Hellfire stuff. So right here you'll get the Vial of Putridness, the Idol of Terror, Heart of Fright, and the Vengeful Eye. Now these can all be combined to make the Hellfire Amulet and Hellfire Rings, which aren't as good in this game as they were in Diablo 2, but you know, they're still pretty decent. So definitely check that out if you want to, you know, get a little bit more of a challenge than the regular base game bosses. These ones are a little bit stronger than the normal base game ones. So we'll go into the Realm of Fright. This is the Diablo one right here. This is probably my favorite one because I do like the Diablo fight, and he's still blacked out just like when you fight Declone in Diablo 2, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep wailing on this guy. As you guys can tell, he's got a couple of immunity phases, but he goes down pretty quick. There's 3 bosses in total on this one, so yeah, pretty decent fight. I like it. I always think the Ubers were like iconic in Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Resurrected, so I'm really happy they brought them back here in Diablo 3, and they're pretty easy to do as well. So now we'll go into the Realm of Regret, which I believe is the Leoric's, King Leoric one right there. You got a bunch of the Leoric's Regrets right there. These are pretty much only useful for, you know, you get about like 1 legendary, but the main part about doing these Ubers is definitely, you know, the Hellfire stuff. You want to craft the Hellfire rings and amulets and stuff like that. So last one is the Realm of Terror right here. And yeah, that's where we're gonna fight the Savage Behemoth. 2 bosses on this one. Zoltan Cool, and yeah. So those are the Uber boss fights, which again are mainly used for crafting the Hellfires, but yeah, still pretty cool nonetheless. And this final area right here is can only be achieved if you have a friend who has a modded save, or you have a modded save yourself. Or actually, you know, I'm not quite for sure. I'm pretty sure they still added Petrified Screams into the normal base game. So yeah, Petrified Scream, put that into the cube, and then you can go into an Echoing Nightmare. The best part about the Echoing Nightmare is you get a crap ton of XP from doing these, and they go pretty quickly. So what I recommend for this is pushing until you hit tier 125 and then get overwhelmed right at tier 125, because that's pretty much where the EXP caps at, and that's pretty much, you know, where you get the best rewards at that level. So you just want to keep pushing until you get to tier 125 and then go ahead and let yourself get overwhelmed or die, one of the 2. And yeah, you don't have to worry if you do die doing these Echoing Nightmares. Unless you're on hardcore, you will be able to get revived at the end, and you'll still get the rewards and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely check these out. This is another good area for farming legendary items. You don't get any drops besides hitting the shrines if you have the Nemesis bracers equipped, but you do get them at the end. So like, yeah, you just gotta keep clearing off the enemies. The faster you clear them, the faster the tiers will go up. So yeah, just keep taking out the bosses. Every so often, about every 10 tier levels, a Rift Guardian will spawn, and that will be a little bit quicker. The hardest part about this without using modded gear is definitely when the meteors start coming down from different elements. That can cause a lot of damage. Even with modded gear, it still causes a lot of damage, so watch out for those. And the exploding fallen guys can be a pain too. They do spawn here, so be careful of those guys. So now we're at tier 126. We're gonna go ahead and get overwhelmed now. Just gonna run away from all these enemies, let them spawn in. This is pretty much how you do it if you have mods equipped. You just want to keep running around in circles until the overwhelm meter gets all the way filled up, and there we go. And then now we can hit this this chest right here, and this is where we'll get our drops. So yeah, as you guys can see, pretty good haul. Bunch of legendaries. Didn't get any primals that time, but we did get the Whisper of Atonement, which is the legendary gem used for augmenting stuff, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so those are my top areas in Diablo 3 for late game farming for legendary items, for farming, you know, different pieces of equipment and consumables, stuff like that, you know. I would say my favorite probably is got to be the not the cow level or the secret cow level using the bovine bardache. But let me know what your guys' favorite is in the comment section down below. If you made it all the way till the end, you're an absolute legend. And once again, I ask if you did end up liking this video, if you thought it was helpful or at all insightful or maybe just fun, maybe even let me know by dropping me a comment in the comment section down below, or maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button if you are new here to the channel. I'd love to have you in the community. With that, thank you all for watching. Hope to catch you all in a future video coming out soon. Stay safe, stay happy, and last but not least, stay gaming, my friends. Lion Gaming Crew, signing out.